Hi, 7th graders. This video is for you out of your history textbook. We're continuing with chapter 12, section 1 on the Aztecs. On Tuesday's lessons, I went over this page, and a little bit of this page. This video today is going to cover the second half of the section. We're going to get to know about the Aztecs culturally, artistically, what their buildings look like, also what their writing looked like too, and some of the things that they really looked up. So that means they looked at the sky, stars, the moon, the sun, the position, the constellations. That's called astronomy. We'll get to that on the second part. So let's focus in on page 401 here at the top. The cultural legacy of the Aztecs. They had a really rich culture. Remember, this is present-day Mexico. If you're Mexican or know somebody who is, some people have a lot of like tattoos of Azteca writing or Azteca paintings or Azteca calendars. It's very much into the Mexicano culture, especially down by the Ciudad de Mexico, the capital. Not as much by Tijuana and Rosarito and Ensenada. It's more inland and southern Mexico too. So did they like art, and what did their buildings look like? So just like a lot of other places, they had these great temples where they built to show how mighty and powerful their city was. And of course, they wanted to please the gods with these temples too. And they also put gold beads, pottery, and urns. And they also produced very beautiful like feather headdresses. So like the more important you were, you had like a really big hat with a lot of feathers or stone sculptures. And they even wore jewelry set with precious stones. This sounds sort of familiar. We have Mother's Day coming up this Sunday. A common gift is, chocolate, flowers, but earrings, bracelets, necklace, rings. The ancient Aztecs from for about 800, 900 years ago, they wore this jewelry to signify importance, wealth, and power. And we sort of do that today. We do what the Aztecs do. Now, they did have a writing system, but it has nothing to do with letters, but they use pictures and symbols. So if you want to maybe pause your camera here, these are actual books that the Aztecs had written using their writing. So this is what it would look like. Now, you've seen me do my stick figures in class. This is way better than me. It's really neat, too, because it looks like, someone could have drew it today, but it's really old. So if we look down here a little bit, too, can you see that? So their writing consisted of symbols and pictures and not letters. They called them codices, where my finger is right here. There we go. And it's really neat because in history, that stuff happened, a long time ago. If people don't write it down, we don't know what happened. And it's neat. We know a little bit about the Aztecs because they made these books here and we're able to know about their culture because none of us were alive back then. So if you write it down and have data and have proof and have record, it really helps. Okay, let's go on the last page here. I mentioned earlier that the Aztecs were interested in looking up, that A word, astronomy. They were interested in the sky because it helped them with harvesting and planting. I don't know if you know this, but when you look up in the spring or the summer or the fall or the winter, the sky is different. There's different stars and constellations. And the Aztecs, without GPS, internet, Wi-Fi, Google, they noticed these things. And they even made calendars. And they created 2 different calendars. One was for farming, so they knew not to starve and so that they could not die and plant their food in the right time. And one was for their gods and for religion too. As I was saying, some people get like tattoos and stuff. This was an Aztec calendar. Maybe you've seen where my finger is, that symbol. Maybe someone has it tattooed before, or you maybe seen that symbol in a movie or a show or a book. But that's what the Aztecs calendar looks like. They even dug up, archaeologists, they found one in about 200 years ago, and it had information, that sort of looking like our calendars too. So to summarize this section, I'm now looking here. The Azteca people adapted to the environment in the Valley of Mexico and built an empire there. The Aztecs' harsh treatment of their subjects weakened their empire and made it easier for the Spanish to conquer them. The Aztecs made contributions in art, architectural, and astronomy. So now if you go to your Google Doc, there'll be some questions about the Aztecas. Hope this video helps, and we will see you next time.